Hey guys, welcome back to another HTML tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be talking about how to add images into HTML. So images are pretty standard. I do not want to create a text file, just delete it. But yeah, images are a pretty standard thing to add into your website. Like without images your website probably wouldn't look very good unless you're using like some kind of CSS image, but then again you're still kind of creating an image. But this time I'm going to be talking about actually importing an image. So over here I actually have a picture of an apple. If I open this like this, it's just going to open up a picture of an apple like this, and I want to add it into my website. So the first thing I'm going to do is drag it into this folder. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is create an index.html, and let's just call that here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is drag my image into the file. Like, you can import it any way you want, but I'm just going to drag it in, and you need to make sure that it's like in a similar directory. It doesn't have to be in the exact one, but if you're going to go one above it, then you need to start using things like backslashes, and sometimes it's not going to work because of the permissions that you have. So yeah, just make sure it's in the right directory. So once you've done that, I'm actually just going to delete it here because Visual Studio creates copies, not references. So once you've done that, you can just have the image here, and you know, it's just a regular image. So what we're going to do is first we're just going to import it using the image things, and you can see there's a source which is just the root relative to the current directory. So I'm just going to call it apple.png, and then you can see it appears there. And then the alt text is just for like accessibility reasons, so I'm just going to say an apple. Doesn't actually matter what you do this, but make sure it's like makes sense. So yeah, that's the basics, but you might want to change around this apple. So what you can think of it is like, if we just create a ID there, and then we can reference this apple over here. So you can think about image views and basically every other view like a subclass of divs, and they're going to have the exact same properties. So if I wanted to position it in the center of the screen, I could do something like margin, and then I can just do 0 auto. Oh, I guess that's not going to work. If we want to position in the center of the screen, we'd actually just have to do it on the body. So we could do something like body, and then what I'd probably just do is something like display grid, and then place content center, and that will just add it into the middle of the screen. But we don't need that for now. You can actually add a background image, so we can do something like not background image, background color. You can change background color. If we want to make it red, you can see it fills this up. And you can also do something else with image. So instead of actually having an explicit image, let's say we had a div here and I had some content in it. So some content about an apple. Okay, so let's just give this div an ID of apple like that, and then get rid of that, and let's give it some width and height constraints. So height, let's give it 400 pixels, and width 400 pixels. So we have our div here, and let's say we want to actually show that apple as a background image. Well, that's really simple. Just use the background image, and then we can call a URL, and then it's just going to be apple.png, and you can see it actually appears there. And I think you can also do something like background image or background fit or something like that. But yeah, basically I think it's like image rendering, and there's all the other things you can do with it. I don't actually remember exactly how it is, but I'm sure you can work it out. It's something like image fit and then like fit to container or something like that. But anyways, let's just go back to the regular image. So let's just close this, close that, and let's just go back to the regular image. And yeah, finally, if you want to change the size of this, not ID, want to change the size of this but still maintain the aspect ratio, then you can actually set the height or width to auto, and then only change one of the dimensions. So set the height to auto, and then we can change the width to something like 100 pixels, and you can see that that will change. If we didn't set height to auto and then we change the height, I think it changed automatically, but if not, if we change this to something like 300, you'll see it actually gets stretched like that, and you probably don't want that. So you can try and experiment with the aspect ratio feature, but I don't think it works that well, probably because I'm actually explicitly setting height and width here. Maybe if I set it there, yeah, but I don't think it works that well. So what you should usually do is just set one of them to auto, and that will set the other one to, oh, I do not want to do that. That will just set the other one to follow, like that. So yeah, you can see that that's basically it. That was the image basics. Just want to explain the basics about how to add an image. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye.